This is the trans. This is the. This is the trans. This is the trans female volleyball player that injured the biological female who is now a former volleyball player, Payton McNabb. She's a high school student. She uh, she got injured in September of 2022. Um, she she cannot play volleyball anymore. The trans female athlete caused the biological female's volleyball career to end. Sadly, man, it's indubitably sad that the biological female suffered a neck injury, a concussion, partial paralysis on the right side of her body, um, constant headaches. She said she has constant headaches. Constant headaches. She she's not. She says she's playing softball now, but she's not. Yeah, her health is not. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad for real. It's really sad, man. That she cannot play volleyball anymore, bro. Yeah, bro. This stuff, man. Yeah, bro. Horrible, horrible, bro. You horrible, bro. You are about to see the trans female spike the volleyball in the biological female's face, bro.
Find your voices, lady.
Run this back.
Really exist in the way that they are falsely portrayed.
The trans right here. Crazy, bro.
Find your voices,
Terrible.
ladies, and the men who support us. Otherwise,
This is Megan Kelly right here. Shout out to Megan Kelly.
I'm done. I don't want to deal with this shit at Trido, at Kappa Kappa Gamma, in the women's locker room. You can be supportive of trans people and what they're going through without surrendering to this madness.
Without acquiescing and capitulating. This is BCP. Shout out to Greg. BCP.
Democrats and them melting down in tears, crying bullying and harm and hate because the
Mendacity,
GOP
pollution,
level,
BS that they're saying. The critics of this ban, the people that are not proponents of this ban, are saying are saying that trans people are under attack and all this stuff, bro. Yeah, it's wild, bro.
Democrats and them melting down in tears, crying bullying and harm and hate because the GOP at the federal level in the House passed a bill to ban transgender women from women.
Three Democrats. Three Democrats voted.
And
Three Democrats
harm
voted.
and hate because the GOP at the federal level in the House passed a bill to ban transgender women from women.
This is logical. This is a logical ban.
And what you just saw there was a clip of the leader of the Democrats in the House, Hakeem Jeffries, just flat out lying to the media, claiming that this problem doesn't exist. Right? There aren't any transgender women or transgender girls playing against biological
He's bugging.
girls
Hakeem
in
is
sports.
bugging.
It's not a real issue. It's not happening. It's made up. Okay. However, what you just saw there was a video of a high school volleyball player, a female,
Payton McNabb,
getting hit in the
spiked
face with a volleyball from a transgender
a
athlete.
biological
A
man.
biological male. Okay, she got hit in the face and she got concussed and hospitalized.
Yep.
And now she's speaking out on this.
Riley
issue,
Gaines was there too.
basically
Shout out to
demanding
Riley
the
Gaines.
GOP to ban transgender women from competing against biological women in sports. Okay, she's speaking out and becoming an activist just like Riley Gaines. And I want to see a lot more of this because women, right, actual biological women, might be our last line when it comes to just basic.
Yeah, they won't. Biological men won't. Biological boys won't be able to compete against biological girls in elementary school, high school, and college, if I'm not mistaken, and college.
she's speaking out and becoming an activist just like Riley Gaines. And I want to see a lot more of this because women, right, actual biological women, might be our last line when it comes to just basic rights for women. Now, I'm going to play a video of her speaking out and her talking about her experience because I think this is an important conversation, but I have to give a disclaimer here because YouTube is doing a crackdown on anybody criticizing, woke ideology, specifically when it comes to gender, that criticism of an ideology is not hate speech, okay? We're talking about legislation here, right? We're talking about politics, okay? I don't think that criticism of a policy or
equates to
discussing policy
odium or
is hate speech, okay? I don't think this is a road that people want to go down.
it doesn't equate to execration
without it being termed hate speech. So I just want to make it clear. This conversation is about legislation, okay? It's not a personal attack on anybody. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the clip of
salute to the good trans
McNabb
people out there, man.
about the injury she experienced because she got
there are good trans people. Don't
volleyball from a
don't get it twisted. Don't
gender
get it twisted.
Take a look.
All Americans making under $50,000.
But the radicals in that community make the whole community look bad. And that's real, bro. Horrible, bro. This is Payton McNabb right here,
My name
the high
is Payton
school
McNabb. I'm a
student.
senior at Hawaii Dam High School in Murphy, North Carolina. Due to
Riley Gaines
the
was
North
there as
Carolina
well.
High School Athletic Association
You don't
policy
see her
allowing
in
biological males to compete against biological females, my life has
she's
forever
somewhere
been
in there,
changed.
but you don't see her.
On September 1st, 2022, I was severely injured in a high school volleyball game by a transgender athlete on the opposing team. I suffered from a concussion and neck injury that to this day I'm still recovering from. Other injuries I still suffer from today include impaired vision, partial paralysis on my right side, constant headaches, as well as anxiety and depression. I was unable to play the rest of my last volleyball season, and although I'm currently playing softball, I'm not able to perform as well as I know I have in the past because of the injury. My ability to learn, retain, comprehend has also been impaired, and I require accommodations at school for testing because of this. I could go on and on about how this incident has affected my life, but I'm not here for that because I'm not here for me. Because for me, I know that my time playing is coming to an end. I'm here for every biological female athlete behind me. My little sister, my cousins, my teammates. Allowing biological males to compete against biological females is dangerous.
I concur wholeheartedly.
I may be the first to come before you with an injury, but if this doesn't pass, I won't be the last.
Facts.
The North Carolina High School Athletic Association policy states that it allows participation in interscholastic athletics for all students, regardless of gender or gender identification. It is the intent that all students are able to compete on a level playing field in a safe, competitive, and friendly environment, free of discrimination. Clearly, that does not include biological female athletes. My ability to compete was taken from me.
The
Having to play
cornballs
against biological
are
males
proponents
is not
of the
a
erasure
level
of
playing field.
women. The cornballs are the proponents of the erasure and exclusion of biological females. It's disgraceful, man. Shout out to Payton McNabb for speaking bravely about this. For speaking out against the wildness that's transpiring. That's transpiring.
Was taken from me.
That's
Having
transpiring.
to play against biological males is not a level playing field.
Yeah, so you see that.
Free of discrimination. Clearly, that does not include biological female athletes. My ability to compete was taken from me. Having to play against biological males is not a level playing field.
Indubitably
yeah, so you see
unfair.
that here, that. While Democrats are basically trying to get sympathy tears for
Pity.
children that are not being banned from participating in sports, they just have to compete based off the biological sex.
Wokeism, bro. Victimhood
You have
mentality, bro.
actual women and girls.
That certain Democrats have, that certain leftists have, bro. Yeah, it's crazy, man. That it's crazy that certain people don't care about biological women, bro. It's really crazy. It is undoubtedly detestable, deplorable that biological women don't that biological women receive demonization, vilification, vituperation, castigation, denigration for saying what's logical, for saying what's real, bro. The irrefutable reality, the incontrovertible reality, bro. The indisputable truth, bro. It's like it's terrible,
Children
man.
that are not being banned from participating in sports. They just have to compete based off the biological sex. You have actual women and girls who have been hurt as a result of being for children that are not being banned from participating in sports. They just have to compete based off the biological sex.
Yeah.
You have actual women and girls who have been hurt
Real
as
injuries.
a result of being forced to compete against those of the opposite
Certain
sex.
people don't care.
Again, in the case of volleyball, I mean, I believe that the net is actually lowered, okay, for girls. Again, I believe that if you are in a men's volleyball team, that net is going to be higher. Well, why is that? It's because there are biological differences between men and women. It matters, right? Again, you have actual girls that are being hurt, okay? That
Assaulted. Riley Gaines, bro, she got physically assaulted by a trans woman, a biological man at San Francisco State University, bro. After she gave a speech about the women, about after she was speaking out against the craziness that's happening, bro. It's sad, man. It's sad out here, man. Yo. Riley Gaines got physically assaulted by a biological man, bro. Certain people don't care, bro. Certain people don't care about Riley Gaines, about biological women that get that don't agree with what they're saying, bro. They don't. I don't know, bro. Yeah, it's wild, bro.
actually getting hurt because they're forced to do this, right? If they don't do it, biological difference between men and women, it matters, right? Again, you have actual girls that are being hurt, okay? That are actually getting hurt because they're forced to do this, right? If they don't do it, they're called transphobic.
Yep, bigoted, intolerant.
You don't hear any of the Democrats who
discriminatory.
You have actual girls that are being hurt, okay? That are actually getting hurt because they're forced to do this, right? If they don't do it, they're called transphobic.
Yep, anti-LGBTQ.
You don't hear any of the Democrats who previously before were for women's rights, right? They were for women's rights, okay? They're pro-feminism, okay? They're supposed to be pro-women. What did Hillary run on?
Hypocrites, bro.
Okay, some
Contradict. Yeah.
What happened on?
They epitomize contradiction.
When it comes to this topic right here. And again, meanwhile, you have radical feminists that are actually on the GOP side, okay, and they're actually come out to support the GOP and these bans that they're implementing in regards to transgender women or athletes competing against biological girls/women in sports. Take a look.
To a victory for female athletes, the House passing the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act, which would prevent biological males who identify as female from competing in women's sports, with 0 votes from Democrats. Listen.
Not a single Democrat today wants to support women in women's sports.
Oh.
A complete violation to Title IX was created by Congress over 50 years ago to provide a level playing field for women.
Take up a security position. Stand by. From writer director Guy Ritchie. Have a banner everywhere. Good. I'm good.
It makes no sense, man. That's crazy, bro. Bro.
Now playing in theaters.
Keith.
Women.
Here, Nancy and Leah Keith are self-described radical feminists who support this bill. Both of them join me now. Ladies, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having me on.
Of course, anytime. So, Karen, I'm going to go to you first. You think this bill is just common sense. So tell us why you support it.
The ban is
I'm the
rational.
president of Women's Declaration International's USA chapter, and we're very happy to support this bill. It's a very clean, clear, common sense bill to first clarify that sex means sex under Title IX, and second, keep men out of women's and girls' sports. And that's a crucial component of what we support, which is advancing the Declaration on Women's Sex-Based Rights throughout U.S. law and policy.
And then California Democrat Mark Takano says this bill harms trans kids. Leah, we're going to listen to this, and then I want to get your take on the other
Yes,
side.
bro. Untruth, bro.
This
It does not
debate
harm.
has traumatized trans kids and their families across the country. 85% of transgender and non-binary
Woke.
youth
This
say
person is woke.
that the debates around anti-trans bills have negatively impacted their mental health.
Leah, your thoughts on what you just heard?
This is not an anti-trans bill. It's a
Facts.
pro-girl bill.
Pro-women,
It's a bill that
pro-females.
says what everybody knew until 5 minutes ago. We know that men and women have different physical capacities. And for there to be any fairness for girls, we have to keep boys out of women's sports.
So with that
This
being said,
shouldn't
do you
be.
think by this bill passing, it's going to kind of
No logical person has a problem with this, bro. like,
thoughts on what you just heard?
real talk.
This is not an anti-trans bill. It's a pro-girl bill. It's a bill that says what everybody knew until 5 minutes ago. We know that men and women have different physical capacities. And for there to be any fairness for girls, we have to keep boys out of women's sports.
So with that being said, do you think by this bill passing,
That's
it's
not
gonna
precluding trans people from competing in sports, but there should be a men shouldn't be competing against women. You know what I'm saying? Men should not be competing against women. Like that's not hateful. That's not odious. That's not discriminatory. That's rational, bro.
Know that men and women have different physical capacities. And for there to be any fairness for girls, we have to keep boys out of women's sports.
So with that being said, do you think by this bill passing, it's going to kind of move it forward for more protections for these, not just female athletes, but really women in general?
Well, that's the hope, right? If we can start to make some progress on asserting common sense and women's rights, that we can roll back some of the horrors that have happened around this country.
Kara, let's talk about fairness with this. When it comes to not just young girls, but women in general, a lot of them are really afraid to speak up when it comes to
about
this,
plenitude
female
of
sports
women
issue.
are afraid.
So you have the microphone here. What would you say to
Shout
them
out to
for
the-
these young women?
Shout out to the brave
and women in
women, the
general
brave
who
people that are speaking out against this, man, including Riley Gaines, Payton McNabb, Megan Kelly, you know what I'm saying?
Young girls, but women in general, a lot of them are really afraid to speak up when it comes to this female sports
Sav
issue.
says
So
too,
you
Savannah
have the microphone
Hernandez.
here. What would you say to them for these young women and women in general who are just scared to say to this female sports issue? So you have the microphone here. What would you say to them for these young women and women in general who are just
that we can roll back some of the horrors that have happened around this country.
Kara, let's talk about fairness with this. When it comes to not just young girls, but women in general, a lot of them are really afraid to speak up when it comes to this female sports issue. So you have the microphone here. What would you say to them for these young women and women in general who are just scared to say anything because of what's going to happen and the pushback they're going to get?
The backlash, the consequences.
Yeah, thanks. Two things.
The
One thing I just want to say is
cancellation.
that every single human being on the face of the planet, all 8 billion of us, are either female or male. There's no other category
Two
of
genders.
human
There's
being
two
because
genders,
we're a
bro.
sexually dimorphic species. And it's okay to say that. I want
It's
viewers to
indubitably
understand
okay.
it's okay to say that
You
every
shouldn't
single one of us
receive
is either female
denigration
or
and
male. And to
castigation
female
for that.
athletes, I understand. I get it. It's scary to speak out. I have spoken out. Lear has spoken out, and we have faced athletes for repercussions for doing that. I understand why it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
just
definitely
want to say
understand
to
too.
female athletes, do it anyway. You know, speak out.
Facts.
Say, I do not want to compete with
You do
or
not
against
condone, you do
male
not
athletes. I do
excuse
not
this
want men in my
this
locker room. I
unfairness.
do not want to have to take off a bathing suit or a tracksuit with
Be
men in my presence.
subjected to
It
transgression,
should be
bro,
fine
to perversion, bro.
to compete with or against male
You
athletes. I do not
women
want
shouldn't
men
be
in
subjected
my
to
locker
that,
room. I do not want to
to
have
harm, to
take
abuse,
off a
to
bathing
assault.
suit or a tracksuit with men in my presence.
Mm-hmm.
It should be fine for women and girls to be able to say this. You know, we have
Women should be
indecent
lauded
exposure
for
laws
speaking
for
out.
a reason. Women and girls should not be subjected to having
Not
to
excoriated. They should be lauded and
men in my
venerated
presence.
for speaking
It
out
should
against
be
this
fine
BS.
for women and girls to be able to say this. You know, we have indecent exposure laws for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Women and girls should not be subjected to having to disrobe in front of men and should not be subjected to having to see male bodies in their locker rooms.
Yeah, but unfortunately, woke America, okay, has decided that, hey, you know,
Wokies condone devilish shit.
that is hate. Okay, that is hate speech. If you simply say that, hey, you know, there are two sexes and they're different. Okay, we should segregate or separate women's restrooms, sports, you know, other things like beauty pageants, stuff like that because of biological reality. Apparently, being connected with reality and in touch with reality.
It's odium
Okay,
somehow.
this is where we're getting to. Okay, this is where we're going, guys.
We live in a cloud world.
Again, it's insane. Like being connected with reality and in touch with reality is a form of bigotry.
It's problematic.
This is where we're getting to. Okay, this is where we're going, guys. Okay, this is where we're going.
Unbelievable.
Again, it's insane because it seems like nobody cares about the well-being of actual
biological
women, okay, and
women.
girls. Okay, girls that have been hurt, harmed,
Injured.
that have